And now, live from Phoenix, Arizona, it's time for your weekly dose of action, surprises, and a whole lot of racing fun. It's Chao Racing 2018 with your fabulous host, Brian Shannons. Thank you, Paul Boy, and hello dear fans at Phoenix, Arizona. And hello dear fans home. Well, 52 of you people have watched the opening week's action last week, and it was a dandy. Let's hope this week will be as exciting as the original as we continue with our 64th season premiere month. Paul, let's send them down to the field for our first race of the day. Alright, we're going to kick off our action in Phoenix, Arizona with Vince Dyson, Kyle Richmond, Frankfurt, Ontario, and two-time world champion Jason Hill. Won back-to-back titles in 2014 and 2015, plus the tag team title. As usual, all races will be held on the Emerald course, and the fans are ready, the staff is ready, and the director's ready to do his cue. So without further ado, the players are lined up ready to go, everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, so after a disappointing opening week loss last time, one of them looks to rebound to try and get back on track at 1-1. Alright, who will be the fortunate one to get to 1-1 after last week's tough loss? We'll soon know. As before the show, take the palm trees to bring down and coconut cheek through. That is what we always start with each and every race here on the Emerald course. And it looks like Jason Hill and Kyle Richmond are going to be battling for the lead up at front. And it looks like Jason Hill is going to be heading for the water, as the first Superstar speed bus this week is number 7. He is way behind the competition. But guess who really is way behind the competition? It's number 8, directly behind him. He is better to take the water, as speed bus number 2 will be made by Vince Dyson, all dressed in black for this first half of the season. And it looks like Jason Hill and Kyle Richmond and Frankfurt Ontario are going to rest. Jason Hill will have a lot of catching up to do. And who will get the next two SP buses? Back to number 7 we go. And one of them seems like he's going down for the count. And number 2 pauses for more, so he's better to drop down to last place behind the pack. We passed the 1 minute mark of this exciting race, and the fans are on their feet. Who will get the next command SP bus? It's number 1. Battling with number 7 for the lead. So a job doing the best not to stay alive in the backpack. Up in the front, down goes Kyle Richmond for the count. And Frankfurt Ontario will get a speed bus as Vince Dyson's going to rest. So he's going to be left behind from the other superstars. Vince Dyson really wants to get a speed bus if he wants to get back in this one. But it looks like we're heading back to Frankfurt Ontario, sad to say. Now catching up to Kyle Richmond and Jason Hill in the free bound for the lead. Point number 2 is not going to get any speed bus, and I highly doubt he's going to get it. Next speed bus belongs to number 7, making his first speed bus of the race, trying to hold number 8 for 6th place. And it looks like Jason Hill has better watch out. Frankfurt Ontario is not going to be catching up to him after he secured back-to-back speed bus. Kyle Richmond will get the next speed bus, and I do believe Jason Hill is going to have plenty of room to rumble ahead of Kyle Richmond and Frankfurt Ontario. Yeah, he's going to get the victory this time, as number 1 can't forget about being tailgated by the other Chao, as he will get his second speed bus race, and Jason Hill has his race all wrapped up. Jason Hill gets his first win of the 2018 season. As number 1 is spending the closest one out with back-to-back speed bus. Good domination, number 1, and Jason Hill, congratulations, you got your first win. That's right, and there's more exciting coming up with week 2 of Chao Racing 2018 after these messages. That's 1 down, now it's time for race number 2. And that race number 2 Brandon will feature Gary Coles, Ram Marchante, Joe Rafferty, and Buster DeJavo. On week 1, Joe Rafferty got enough distance to get the win. Let's hope he do it again in week 2. Best luck to the other 3 superstars trying to get the first win after their tough loss last week. Let's see who will get the win in this race. Best luck to the next group of 4 participants, and please start the race. So who's going to win race number 2 of week 2 of Chao Racing 2018? We'll find out soon enough. It looks like Ram Marchante is off to a pretty good start, followed by Joe Rafferty and Buster DeJavo battling for 3rd place at the current point. Ram Marchante is going to lead the 8 Chao of chicken and politics to bring down that coconut chip fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Ram Marchante busting down the line. Currently has the lead at current point. Let's see what we're heading towards next, and it looks like he is going to be heading for the water, trying to gain some ground on the competition, or maintain some ground. And who got the winning toss this time around? It is going to be now and then Joe Raffray, who desperately needs to catch him every now and then. Number 1 seems like he's going west for a while. And right now, guess who's in the water? It is Buster the Jumbo. That's who trying to get back in this one, maintains the ground. As Joe Raffray, who desperately needs to catching up, opens this one up with back-to-back speeders. Grandma Shante has a commanding lead over Gary Coles, who's safely in second place ahead of number 2. As number 8, who now really needs some help, takes the next command speeders. Well, he's at least leaving number 7 in the dust. Poor number 7 is getting left behind after number 8 took that speed bus. We're passing the 1 minute mark, and who got the next command speed bus? It's going to be Buster the Java, one of the newcomers for Chao Racing 2018. Right now it's Raymond Shorty, who's making his way towards the checker path, trying to maintain the lead over Gary Cole safely in second place, as Buster the Java gets back-to-back speed bus, now catching up to get Gary Cole and hurry. Meanwhile, Joe Raff, we better hurry up if we want to get a hit and win on the board. I don't think that's what happened. Well, that's always the rest of the season for him. Back to Buster the Java we go, and now he's catching up. Raymond Shante better watch out. Buster the Java's right on his tail. Poor number 7 is getting left behind. Number 8 seems like he's also left behind, but it's number 1 who leads over the 4th head Chao, who have the next command speed bus. Raymond Shante is heading towards the home stretch with no points to worry about for the moment. Buster the Java trying to make a statement in the early run. There goes Raymond Shante heading to the home stretch, as number 2 can't forget about going west. He gets the next command speed bus. Looks like Raymond Shante is rushing his way towards the finish line. I don't think any of his opponents will be able to catch up in a hurry. Joe Raffray won't have enough flying power to make the pass. And with Buster the Java's 4 speed bus, he'll only have enough to make the pass for Joe Raffray for second place. So the winner of this race is Raymond Shante of the Luck and the Irish. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus on this race. And we may mind number 2 making his second speed bus race. Number 8 has no hold for surviving whatsoever. And number 7 can just forget about this race. So Raymond Shante may stealing him proud, and it's Irishman's proud. That's why coming up we got more I got you for you in Phoenix. But first, have a look at this. Alright, we're back from our commercial break, so Paul, tell us what we have next. We have our defending champion, Dolmax, for race number 3, battling against Corey Sanchester, Antonio Bennett, the Classic Go-Getters, and Ricky Nelson and the Go-Getters 2.0. This one will feature the Golden Chao as the computer opponents. And now let's send down to the field once again. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's rock this place! And it looks like Corey Sanchez going west. That means Dominic, Antonio Bennett, and Ricky Nelson will have the opening edge as the three shall make their way through the removal path. Now approaching the power trees will bring down the coconut fruits. There they are. Come on, fans, we really need to see your superstars win so that they can have a chance to win the championship next February. Right now it is Antonio Bennett who will command the lead, followed by Donald Reynolds battling with number 1. And it looks like they're both heading for the water, trying to gain some ground in the early run, as Corey Sanchester, who is way behind in the competition, wins the opening toss. I think he and Ricky Nelson are going to join the two over at the water. Yep, they are flying down the water, and now they're trying desperately to catch up with the others. As Beaver's number 2 in this race, we made by number 2, who is poor number 1 in the dust over at the bridges. Right now it is Donald Banks, who is starting to get tailgated by one of the Golden Chao, number 8 as a matter of fact, making his way towards the top of the hill. And who will get the next command Beavers? It is back to Corey Sanchester. That's who. He was passing for more, but now he makes a pass with number 1, who is passing for more. Now give Ricky Nelson a little bit of catching up to do. We're passing the 1 minute mark, and Ricky Nelson really needs some help every now and then. But who really got the next command speed? It's going to be number 7 who gets it, trying to catch up to our leader Donald Reynolds, and number 8 who are fighting for the lead of the current one. I do believe Donald Reynolds is going to win this one no matter what happens. Yep. Next belongs to Ricky Nelson. He finally gets some help, but he's still in last place behind the pack. And it looks like number 2 pauses for one, trying to get some attention here. The Golden Chao and 3 of our opponents are climbing up the wall, trying to maintain some ground. And who got the next one? It's going to be number 7. That makes his second speed bus in the race. Now catching up to number 8 for second place. Donald Reddings trying to defend the lead over number 8 and number 7, as a matter of fact. I do believe he's going to hold on, yep. As Corey Sanchez takes the first speed bus of his race, it looks like Donald Reddings is going to retain the lead over number 7 and 8. So he's going to take his first step towards his road to repeat this 2018 season, as Ricky Nelson takes his second fast speed bus. Donald Reddings posts his first win on his exciting road to repeat campaign. Well done by Donald Reddings, as Corey Sanchester will close up the speed bus race. That makes a total of 4 speed bus for Corey Sanchester. Number 2 is getting left behind, like always behind the pack. So Donald Reddings is 1 win away towards a road to repeat. Yep, he's taking his first win towards his road to repeat. And as more time coming up, we'll be back in a bit. Alright folks, we're back here in Phoenix, Arizona, and here's Paul to tell us all about race number 4. Paul? Okay, for race number 4, out here in CN, the license to drive, will be battling against last year's runner-up Hal Miller, the Miller trainers, the Bobby Maynard, Bobby K, and newcomer JJ Nehemiah. They are ready for another exciting race, and their fans are ready too. So here we go! And there goes the next 4 superstars proceeding down the rainbow path, trying to rebound from last week's loss, trying to get a win this week for week 2. Remember fans, anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. It's the model that we use each and every week on Chao Racing 2018, and the superstars really know it as well. Right now the 4 Chao are going to eat the fruit, and it looks like JJ Nehemiah is going to have command of the lead up in the front. And look at that, he's going to have total control of the lead, because the other 2 Chao dancing to be upper one is going best. And it looks like JJ Nehemiah is going to be heading for the wall, trying to maintain his big lead at the cupboard. As number 7 takes the opening toss this time around, trying to make the pass from Hal Miller and Bobby K for 5th place over at the bridges. Bobby K is battling with number 1 and 8 for D-Life. Hal Miller is battling with number 7 for 4th place at the cupboard. As the Bobby Maynard, Bobby K, will have control of speed bus number 2 in this race, and he was able to make the pass for Hal Miller for now. Right now it is Al Sr. who has made the pass from JJ Nehemiah after having the upper hand for a while. Now Al Sr. will have control of the lead. Can JJ Nehemiah get back the lead? Right now it is Bobby K who will get the next command speed bus. I think that's the second speed bus of the race. And right now number 7 and 8 are getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back. And number 1 taunts from 1, so he's going to be left behind in the competition. Who will get the next command to us? It's number 7, so he will lead poor number 1 in deadbeat all the way in the back. And Hal Miller taunts from 1, that will drop down a couple of places. Meanwhile, JJ Nehemiah has got back the lead from Al Sr. He had the upper hand for a while, then he handed the lead to Al Sr. midway for the hill. But now he has control of the lead, and he will have the next command for us. Trying to leave Al Sr. in the dust, and poor number 7 and 8 are both getting left behind in the competition. Looks like they're going to hit the wall first, so they're going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Alright, so next speed bus belongs to number 2, who dominates over the 4th Chao. He can leave the yellow competitors in the dust. Right now, JJ Nehemiah has his face all out there, ladies and gentlemen. He's surely dominating over his superstars over at the home stretch. As number 2 may once again forget about being tailgated by the yellow Chao as he gets back to us. And JJ Nehemiah has his face all wrapped up. No one is going to catch up to him in a hurry. JJ Nehemiah is the winner of this race. That's going to be followed by number 2 in 2nd place. Good job by dominating for JJ Nehemiah. And for number 2 as well. And who will get the next command speed bus? It is Hal Miller, not Sue. Disappointed with a loss. Anyway, number 7 and 8 are getting left behind. I don't think we will have time for another speed bus. Nope, that is going to do it for this race. So after last week's loss, JJ Nehemiah has rebound. That's right, how long was we going to last? We'll soon know later on in the season. Back in the bid, do not go away. And now, time for race number 5. Okay, race number 5 will feature John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, Adrian Lagena, the AC Gamble Time Folks, and the 2016 Rising Stars champion Joshua Salmore. Congratulations to both Adrian and Joshua for winning last week's races. They've done pretty well. Let's see how they will fare for week number 2. And this race will feature the Golden Chao again. Whenever we have the Golden Chao as secret pair opponents, they need to bring a lot of A game in our favor. But these Chao know they can do it. Let's see if they can make that possible. Who is going to get the victory for this next race? We're about to find out right now. Best of luck to the 4 players, and please start the burns! Okay, so we know we have 2 Chao that have at least 1,900 points or more on all 4 of the main categories, which are running, swimming, flying, and power. This race will feature one of those Chao. Right now, the 4 are going to eat the food, and it looks like John Moore is taunting for a moment. Adrian Lagena is dancing to the beat. Joshua Salmore, the 2016 Rising Stars champion, will command the lead, following in a close second by the AC Gamble Time Folks. That's John Moore, the Dazzling Aces, catches up to Time Folks with the opening toss for this race, and it looks like back in the opening stretch, number 1 is going to rest. So he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. As John Miller, the Dazzling Aces, opens this one up with back-to-back spears, and now he has a little bit more room to rumble ahead of Time Folks. And oh no! Adrian Lagena has took a shortcut after being left behind competition. That was a great strategy by Adrian Lagena. He paid off that shortcut strategy easily. Worthy of Adrian Lagena, folks. As the AC Gamble Time Folks run the next command spears, he is way behind the competition, but number 1 is the real deal. As we pass the 1 minute exciting race, who needs a couple more speedboats to get back in this one, and this is one of them. I think he needs a lot more help than that. Not right now, but maybe later. Meanwhile, Adrian Lagena is the first to approach the wall. He is climbing up the wall to come on. I think he's going to get an easy victory because he flew enough distance to make it to the top of the hill and into a shortcut. Next appearance belongs to number 2. He easily dominates over the 4 Golden Chao, and the other 2 human opponents that come on. Poor number 1 and Time Folks and number 7 are getting left behind in the competition. One of them has to get the next command speeders, and that next speeders we made by number 1, making his second speeders to the race. And right now, Adrian Lagena is almost at the goal line. He just entered the home stretch, and there he goes, swimming like crazy. As number 8, we'll have the next command speeders, leaving the yellow to Golden Chao in the dust. And number 7 is getting left behind, and number 1 is going to rest, dropping down the last place. You can tell he went up for Adrian Lagena. That was a dominating effort by Adrian Lagena at the dancing the beat early on. As number 8, can't forget about being tailgated by the other Golden Chao as it gets back-to-back speeders. He should be able to finish in 3rd place behind Joshua Salmore. Number 1 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. And we have just enough time for 1 more speeders of this race, and we made by Time Folks. A little disappointed with 5th place. That makes his second speeder of the race. So Adrian Lagena gets a huge victory. And that's right, I knew he would be able to get the job done. That makes 2-0 in his win-loss record. There's more stuff coming up after we hear a word from this. And we'll be halfway through week 2 after race number 6. That's right, and for race number 6, we have our fabulous Warriors stealing man, Dave Miller of the Miller Trainers, Jeff Nellis, and Raymond Hill, who is the fastest runner of the spring half of the 2018 Chao racing season. Let's see if we can follow up from last week's impressive victory. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Alright, Raymond Hill is off and running. After he won a bar butter in this opening week, he looks to do it again for week 2. Can he get another 5 victory and prove to 2-0? We'll find out soon. Right now he looks like he's dancing to beat after he ate the food. That means a couple of other opponents will have a little bit of catching up to do. It looks like Steve Lingman's going to have the lead, but it's only going to last for a few seconds because Raymond Hill is off and running again. Well, Steve Lingman is heading for the water. Let's see who will fare in the early run as the first superstar gets beat. This is number 1, who just desperately needs to catch up every now and then. And one of the other search are saying for water, and it looks like number 8 is with us. So he's better drop down a couple places. Probably the last place of the convoy. Looks like Jeff now seems like he's also left behind in the competition. And Dave Miller is with us, so he's going to be left behind in the competition. As number 1, who really needs to catch up still, Orbis went on with back-to-back spears. Right now, steering minutes right on his tail, but in just a few seconds, when the next command spears, Raymond Hill should be off and running. As that next spears win made by Dave Miller of the Middle Traders, trying to make pass for Japanese for 4th place in Cowboy. Right around looks like number 7 toss from 1, so he's better join number 8 for D-Life all the way in the back. And we have passed the 1 minute mark in the sign race, and number 1 toss from 1 as the next PS way made by number 2, who dominates on the 4-7 Chao easily in 3rd place. Meanwhile, Raymond Hill now has a little bit of breathing room in the moment after that wonderful speed burst. Well, even without speed burst, he's the fastest runner in the Chinese universe. Steering man really needs to catch him today. Will we soon even make it happen? Next PS belongs to number 1. That makes his first speed burst of the race, and now he's trying to lead number 8 in the dust. And who's going to get the next one? It's back to Dave Miller. That makes his second speed burst of the race. But there's always next time for Dave Miller. And it looks like Steering Man is good rest. So Raymond here will have a comfortable lead ahead of him as he is the first to approach home stretch, as Jeff Norris will get a speed rest now, but there's always next time for Jeff Norris. And it looks like Raymond here is trying to wrap things up. Yep, Steering Man went a little too far that time, and even with one last heroic effort, I don't think he'll be able to make the pass from Raymond Hill. Yep, as Dave Miller gets his first speed rest of the race, Steering Man will not have enough distance to make the pass from Raymond Hill in time. Raymond Hill holds on Steering Man to improve to 2-0, as Jeff Norris will close on the speed rest race, running in 3rd place. That makes his second speed rest race. Numbers 1 and 8 are battling for the life right now and getting left behind in the competition. So that is it as we approach the halftime break for week 2. Congratulations to Raymond Hill on a 2-0 record so far. That's right, and we'll be right back with the second half of week's action after these messages. So stay tuned, the fun is just heating up. Alright, Paul, time for the second half of week 2's action. That's right, and we're going to start with the second half with 4 of our newcomers. Race number 7 will feature Chip Sube, Arbor Jones, Ralph Dennis, and Michael Creighton. Michael Creighton won last week's race. Will he do it again, or will one of the others get on the board this week? We're about to find out right now. The players are lined up and ready to go. Good luck to the 4 newcomers on the quest we're doing this week. And please start the race! Okay, there goes the 4 newcomers. Chip, Oliver, Ralph, and Michael. Making their way towards the palm trees. And the fans surely enjoyed the action for the first half. Let's see how they will watch the second half of the week 2 show. Right now it looks like Chip Sube has eaten food, and there he goes. He is going to have command lead with Michael Creighton right on his back in 2nd place. And it looks like both of these Chao are going to be heading for the one, with Michael Creighton being the better flyer of the 2, as the first superstar gets beyond the star in the second half is number 2, who is trying to lead number 1 in the dust, and it looks like number 1 is heading for the water. So number 2 will be left behind over at the bridges. Numbers 1 and 7 are rushing for the water, trying to maintain the ground in the early run. As speed burst number 2 of this race, we made by number 8, and he almost fell in the water. It's a good thing he hold on. And one of the silver challenge of the rest, and right now it is Michael Creighton, who is trying to get the lead. They're trying to make the pass from Chip Survey for the lead up in the front. We're approaching the 1 minute mark in this race, and we'll get the next one. It is number 7. He doesn't need to pause for long. Number 1 pauses for more. Point number 2 really needs to get a couple more speed bursts if he wants to get in that this one. But who really got the next command speed burst? It is going to be one of the newcomers, Ralph Dennis, who gets it. Now he's trying to lead the other competitors in the dust. Meanwhile, Michael Creighton and Chip Survey are going to battle their way towards the wall. Which one of them will get a W on their board? We'll find out soon enough when they get to the goal line. Next PS belongs to Oliver Jones, who is trying to maintain third place over the rest of the pack. Poor number 2 really near to get a lot of speeders, and I mean now. But it looks like we're heading back to Ralph Dennis. That makes it his second speeders race, and he regains third place over Oliver Jones. And back up in front, Chip Silby has got back the lead from Michael Creighton. Now she's trying to defend the lead for the second time in this race. Will he hold on this time? We'll find out soon enough. As number 2 can't forget about going west as he takes his second speeders race. It looks like, yep, Chip Silby will hold on to the lead this time. By the way, it looks at it. And as number 2 takes back-to-back speeders, it looks like Michael Creighton won enough distance to get back the lead from Chip Silby before he reached the goal line. So Chip Silby is the winner ahead of Michael Creighton. Good win by Chip Silby. Yeah, Chip Silby is on the board for the first time in his career. Well done. And the last speed runs on this race, by the way it looks at it, will be made by number 7. That is enough to take the lead over the 4th Chao. Now lead number 8 in dead meat all the way in back. Alright, so Chip Silby made the impossible. That's right, congratulations on his first win of his career, and we'll be right back with more after this message. Alright, it is now time to simply up race number 8. That's right, race number 8 will feature Chris Van Argos, Big Cherry Tommy Days, Carl Tanner, and Max the Lax Sandersberg. Let's see who will come along on this one. The fans will line up and ready to go, so let's have a Chao race. And there goes the 4 Chao missing down the line, trying to get a win on the board. They were so close to getting a win last time, but no deal. Who's gonna get the win this time? We'll find out soon enough. Right now the 4 Chao have reached the palm trees, and now they're shaking down and bringing down that coconut shaped food, and now they're gonna eat the food. And who's gonna have command of the lead? It's gonna be Max Lex Sandersberg, who will have command of the lead up in the front. That is followed by Tommy Days in second place, and Carl Tanner in third place. And as our Chao flying out of water, who will get the only toss for this race? It's going to be number 1 who gets it, and he decided to fly over the bridges. And number 8 was scoring west for a while back. So now he has to battle with number 2. And look at that, number 2 is scoring west. That means number 8 will lead number 2 in dead meat all the way back in the pack. But it's number 1 who leads number 8 in second place as he opens this one up with back-to-back speed bus. I think he now leads over the 4th Chao by the way it looks at it. Yep. And as Max Alexander trying to defend the lead over Tommy Days and Carl Tanner, who are battling for second place, the next speed race will be made by number 7, who's trying to take the lead away over 4th Chao from number 1. Right now, number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back. Number 8 seems like he's also left behind. Well, one of them has to get next one. If he has a 9 next speed race, it's going to be number 2 who gets it. Now I'm trying to make a comeback against number 8 for D-Life. Meanwhile, Max Sandersberg is trying to defend the lead over Tommy Days and Carl Tanner. What is going to happen? Yeah, I think we'll find out soon enough. Next speed belongs to number 7. That makes his second speed race. And down goes Tommy Days and Carl Tanner. And right now, numbers 2 and 8 really need a lot more speed than that. Which one will get the next command speed? It is number 2. That makes his second speed race. And he will lead number 8 in dead meat for the second time in this race. And Max Alexander wants to go in the rest. That means Tommy Days will have the privilege of battling with him up in the front. The 4 Chao and 2 of the silver Chao are making way towards the home stretch. As the next speed race will be made by Carl Tanner, one of the newcomers, but he went a little too far along with 1 silver Chao. And it looks like Tommy Days has made the pass from Max Lax Sandersberg. He's going to be on the board for the first time in this race. As Carl Tanner takes back-to-back speed race, Big Cherry Tommy Days also Max Lax Sandersberg and Carl Tanner to win the exciting one. Max Lax Sandersberg, of course, came in second, followed by Carl Tanner in third place. But Tommy Days is the big winner of this race. That's why he takes his first step towards his 2019 title chances, and we'll be right back with more after this, so stay tuned. Okay, folks, welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona. And now it's time for race number 9. Paul, you know what to do. Okay, then, race number 9 will feature Zach Orson, Fred Harrison, the computer wizard Peter Foles, and Danielle Heaton, which is the son of the licensed driver Al Heaton Sr. One of the sons, as a matter of fact. Anyway, Peter Foles did a great job winning last week's race. Let's see if any one of them will stop him from making 2-0. Everyone's on clock, and please start the race. So, Peter Foles looks for his second straight win, while the Yellows try to get on the board for the first time this season. Who will get that win in this next race? We'll soon know in the early run. Right on the 4, Chao gonna shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut cheap fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Daniel Heaton. He is going to lead over the 4 Chao to come on. And it looks like Peter Foles is dancing to the beat all the way in the back. And as Daniel Heaton heads for the water, and so is Fred Harrison, the first superstar gets beat is Zach Orson, who is joining the 2 over on the water. And right now, numbers 2 and 8 are getting left behind over at the bridges, battling for dear life. As number 2 will lead number 8 and us, with Beaver's number 2 of this race. Now he has a little bit of room ahead on number 8. Right now it is Fred Harrison who has command of the lead in the very front, with Daniel Heaton rapidly catching up to him in second place. At the current moment, who got the next Beavers? It is Peter Foles, the computer wizard. He really needs to hurry up if he wants his second straight win to start with 2-0. Right now it is number 7 and 8 who are getting left behind in the competition battling for dear life as we pass the 1 minute mark. Number 2 seems like he's also left behind in the pack. Which one of those people will get the next command Beavers? It's going to be number 8 who gets it, so he will try to lead number 7 in the dust. Meanwhile, back with front, it looks like Fred Harrison and Daniel Heaton are neck to neck in each other as they approach the wall. This is going to be an exciting contest no matter who wins this one. And it looks like Peter Foles will get his second speed boost of the race. Now catching up to both Daniel Heaton and Fred Harrison, fighting for the lead up in the wall. And it looks like numbers 2 and 8 are still left behind in the competition all the way in the back. But I don't think they'll get any more speed boosts for a while. Next speed boost belongs to Fred Harrison, who leaves Peter Foles in the dust. Right now, it is Daniel Heaton who has the lead for the second time in this race, trying to defend the lead over Fred Harrison for the second time in this race. But I do believe Fred Harrison is a very good flyer. Yep, he got back the lead from Daniel Heaton, and as number 8 takes the next command Beavers, scoring rest, it looks like Fred Harrison is going to hold off Daniel Heaton for an easy victory. So Fred Harrison is going to be on the board for the first time this season, as number 7 takes us to the next Beavers. Fred Harrison holds on the competition to secure an easy one. So Fred Harrison gets his first win of the season. Numbers 2 and 8 are getting left behind like always. And Fred Harrison can tally up a win. That's right, he is 1-1 right now. And there's one time coming up. Do not go away. And now for race number 10. Who do we have for race number 10? Well, I can tell you right now that race number 10 will feature Kenny Days in the Days Bus, the God-style Master Get Dayton, Casey Ramoson, the fastest swimmer of the 48 superstars, and Nick Gimmick. As we take a look at the lineup, and still to come, Greg Moore is going to make a shot at going 2-0 and a second superstar of the week honors. But right now, let's head on to race number 10. And the players are lined up and ready to go for this next time race. So without further ado, let's rock this place. Okay, there goes the next 4 superstars pressing down the line, trying to rebound from their last week's loss as they make their way towards the palm trees. There they're going to shake down that coconut shaped fruit to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. There they are. And now they're going to eat the fruit. Which superstars will have coming in on the other hand? It looks like Kenny Days, followed by Nick Gimmick in third place. And Nick Gimmick is scoreless. That means Kenny Days will have full control of the upper hand in the Cowboy, as the first superstar against Beepus is number 8. And he is heading for the wire along with Gary Dayton. Casey Remarson is way behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. He is better to take the water. That will give him plenty of time to set up for the Miracle comeback. The only one. There he goes, running like crazy. And number 1, who desperately needs to catch up with Weather Bridges, takes Beavis number 2 in his race. Now he is fighting with Nick Gimmick at number 7 for dear life, all the way in the back. And right now it is Gary Dayton who got company. Casey Remarson has catch up to him thanks to his incredible swimming ability. And who will get the next command Beavis? It is going to be none other than Nick Gimmick. He is way behind in the competition. I think he needs some more help. And number 2 passes from 1. And we have passed the 1 minute mark in sideways as Garrett Dayton and Casey Remarson make their way towards the sapphire portion of the course. And it's Nick Gimmick who will get back-to-back speed bus, but I think he needs a lot more help than that. Kenny Days, meanwhile, also really needed some help. He is getting left behind from Casey Remarson in a hurry. But right now, all eyes are on Nick Gimmick as he fights to stay alive for the 3rd time in a row. That should move up a couple places that time. Meanwhile, Garrett Dayton is the first to approach the wall, but I do believe Casey Remarson might have a chance to make the Booker pass when we get to home stretch. Will he? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to Kenny Days. That makes another speed bus for Kenny Days. And right now, down goes number 2. That's going to cause us serious damage. All of the Chao, including the 4th switch Chao, are climbing at the wall. So the next speed bus is probably going to be Myelina. Yep. Garrett Dayton, the Government Master, gets the next SPS. Now he has a comfortable lead ahead of Casey Remarson. Remember, Casey Remarson is the key to swimming. That's what happened last season when Donald Winnings won the World Championship against Hal Miller. And Kenny Days will get his second SPS phase. Garrett Dayton is the first to approach home stretch, but Casey Remarson should be running any second now. And there we go, especially online. Will we make it all the way? We'll soon know. As Nick Gimmick takes a 4 speed bus race, it looks like Casey Remarson will make it in time. Casey Remarson holds on Garrett Dayton to secure a victory. What a deal. Casey Remarson denies Garrett Dayton's plans of a Gundam style dance this week. Well done by Casey Remarson. As the last speed bus on this race, we made by Kenny Days. That makes his first speed bus in the race, but he's a little disappointed with the loss. And Casey Remarson can make it 1-1. That's why he is at 500, and there's more something coming up after we hear one from these messages. Alright, Paul, just 2 more races left for week 2. You got it. The first of those remaining races will feature the Jersey Devil John Stevenson, Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, Derek DePlay, and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington of the Go-Getters 2.0. John, Derek, and Rusty did a very good job winning last week's races. Will we get another victory tonight? We're about to find out right now. And right now it is Derek DePlay who's going to rest. So John Stevenson, Chris Schneider, and Rusty Jackington will have control of the opening edge. As they make their way towards the palm trees, now they're going to shake the coconuts. There comes the coconuts. They're at the ground. And the 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit. And there they go, with Rusty Jackington and John Stevenson bowing for the lead in the very front. Krishna's rapidly catching up to him in 3rd place, bowing with number 1. And who will get the winning toss this time? As number 1 heads for the water, it's number 2 who gets the winning toss. That's who. He is also heading for the water, trying to get some ground and tension. Number 7, they decide to battle over at the bridges. So these 2 Chao are going to be left behind over at the bridges for a while. And who's going to have command of Beavis number 2? It's the prototype wizard across the Go-Getters, Chris Schneider, and down goes Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. Wow, that's going to cause a serious damage. Right now it is the Jersey Devil John Stevenson who is battling with Chris Schneider for the lead, and it looks like he pauses for more, trying to get some attention here. As he will get the next command as Beavis, and Chris Schneider is going to rest. And so is John Stevenson. So these 2 Chao are going to drop down a couple of places. By the way, we're excited. We passed the 1 minute mark in this exciting race. And who will get the next one? it is going to be none other than, that's number 7, toss one more one. Next speed bus we made by number 8, who leads number 7 and number 2 in the dust. And right now it is Rusty Institute with Jackington, who has the lead after John Stevenson took it for a while. Let's find out who will have the edge when they get home stretch. Next speed bus belongs to number 7. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. Oh, and down he goes. That's going to cause serious damage. And number 7 will get another speed bus. That makes back-to-back speed bus for number 7. And back by fun, Rusty Jackington is scoring best. And so is Derek to play. That means John Stevenson and Chris Schneider will have the privilege of battling for the lead up in the front. And here they come down the stretch. Who got the next one? It is number 8. That makes it second speed bus of the race. And right now on Chao approaching home stretch. And Rusty Jackington has got back the lead from John Stevenson and Chris Schneider. And he's going to hold on to the lead this time, as Derek the Play takes the next command speed bus. And number 8 is getting left behind woman number 2. Rusty Jackington needs no instant replay. He wins this one over the competition. He is 2-0 this week. That's right, 2-0 it is. He'll lead us to the main event, and it will be coming up next. But right now, let's hear a word from this sponsor. Alright, Phoenix fans, you know what time it is now. Yup, it is time for the main event for Week 2's action. And Paul's got the script all ready to go. So Paul, where you go? Where I go indeed. Yes, for this week's main event, we have our returning champion Glenn Murray taking on his challengers for this week. They are Luke Green, Alan Healy Jr., and the Haunting Master F.on Kingsley. We're going to take a look at the lineup right this instant. And today's main event is presented by Wendy's. Every visit you purchase make Wendy's helps children in foster care find forever families and homes. And Wendy's thanks you for all your support in need. There's a look at the lineup for this race. And let's send it down to the field one more time for today. Let's see who will come up on top for this last race of Week 2 in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's see who will close out the week with a bang. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race. Okay, there they go, and it looks like the Haunting Master F.on Kingsley is off to a pretty good start ahead of Glenn Murray. He and Glenn Murray both won last week's races, as a matter of fact. Let's see if either one will keep it up for Week 2. Right now, the two Chao are going to eat the food, and there goes F.on Kingsley with Glenn Murray right on his tail in second place. And it looks like, what will these Chao be doing? It looks like these two are going to be heading for the water as the first superstar against Speed Bus. On Week 2's main event presented by local Wendy's restaurants is number 2, who can't forget about going west for long. But he decided to take the purchase. And number 8 is going west, but I think he's going to take the water and try to maintain some ground, yeah? At Speed Bus number 2 of Week 2's main event presented by Wendy's will be made by Alan Jr., who's trying desperately to catch up with the crowd. I think he needs a lot more help than that. Right now it is F.on Kingsley trying to maintain the lead over Glenn Murray neck to neck in the current one, as Alan Jr., who's still really needing some catching up to do, takes back-to-back Speed Bus. Luke Green also really needs some catching up to do. As we pass the 1 minute mark in this exciting race, poor Luke Green better hurry up. And who got the next one is number 2. That makes his second Speed Bus on the race. Right now he will lead poor number 7 fighting for D-Life all the way back in last place. And number 2 pauses for 1. So he will drop down back to last place, folks. And right now a couple third Chao and out here Jr. are fighting for D-Life. As the next Speed Bus will be made by number 7, who leads out here Jr. left behind in that place. Meanwhile, F.on Kingsley and Glenn Murray are climbing away towards the top of the wall. Which one will gain the edge when they get to home stretch? We'll soon know as they play for Week 2's main event Superstar of the Week honors here in Phoenix, Arizona. Next belongs to number 8, who's trying to lead over the 4th to a Chao, and right now out here in Junior is not going to have enough distance to make a miracle comeback. He is going to have to win another whole week before he can try to make a win again. Poor out here in Junior. As number 8, we're back-to-back Spears, now trying to make a pass from Blue Green. And back at home stretch, it looks like F1 Kingsley has defended the lead over Glenn Murray. Looks like Glenn Murray won't be able to get his second straight Superstar Week honors. It's going to be Hardrick wins we'll get this week. As number 2 takes the next speed runs, making his first speed runs of the race. F1 Kingsley wins Week 2's main event, presented by Wendy's, over defending champion Glenn Murray. What a deal by F1 Kingsley. As out here in Junior, we'll get the first speed runs on this race. Poor number 1 is getting left behind the competition as he fights for the life all the way back. As out here in Junior, who went to sleep for a while, will close on Week 2's action with back-to-back speed runs. That brings a total of 4 speed runs for out here in Junior, but it's F1 Kingsley who has everyone do the harnessing with. That's why he is Superstar Week honors Week 2. Back in a bit, do not go away. Well, that's our show for Week 2. Thank you for being in our Phoenix and contenders tonight. Make sure to tune in to the ChaoEmperor Channel for all the excitement of the Chao Racing universe. I'm Brian Shanix, remind you to keep on smiling. So long, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Paul Sycamore. See you next week for our tag team premiere here on Chao Racing 2018. Good night.